All right, well, can a streetcar make Kansas City as hip as maybe Portland?
Or maybe bring in billions of dollars in economic development. Chris Hernandez shows us how these questions came up in court today.
Yeah, a high-profile consultant testified today that Portland spent $100 million to start a streetcar system. Now, that's about the same as Kansas City's plan. And he says, in return, private businesses invested more than $3 billion to be near that streetcar.
The proposed 2-mile streetcar line would connect the River Market to Crown Center and several hot spots along the way. In between those hot spots, Kansas City has chunks of open land, like this prime corner lot at 20th and Main. A consultant says this streetcar will attract economic development to fill in blanks along the Main Street corridor.
I know that my younger friends and colleagues all want to be in hip, exciting neighborhoods.
Bradley Tong helped create streetcar systems in Portland and Seattle. He says streetcars turned a Seattle warehouse district, one he called desolate, into a trendy neighborhood. But can that Pacific Northwest hipness ride into town on a streetcar?
I don't think anyone can guarantee hipness, but what we've seen in the other communities is that the younger workforce, they all want to live, play, and work downtown.
Tong was brought in as an expert witness in favor of Kansas City's streetcar plan. Today, the judge made comments indicating he might rule in favor of calling an election.
It's not his decision to decide whether this is a good idea or not. It's his decision to see if we've met the test of the law. And it's up to the voters to decide if it's a good idea.
If the judge rules yes, expect streetcar supporters to campaign by pushing not just transportation, but economic development benefits as private money builds condos and new businesses along Main. That might make Main Street busier than this at 1:30 on a Wednesday afternoon.
It'll be at least 2 or 3 weeks before we hear a ruling. The first election would be whether to form the taxing district. A second election would then focus on the exact funding and proposed taxes. Chris Hernandez, 41 Action News.